Welcome, Grinch fans. Welcome to another video. This time we're going to talk about lost deleted scenes. It's been 21 years to the day since the movie has been released, but we have Ron Howard and Universal Studios have only released a small handful of deleted scenes. I don't know why, like every VCR, DVD, Blu-ray, we don't get anything new. I told you guys a while back in the making of the Grinch book. I did a live stream about that a while back, a few weeks ago, and the original cut of the first Grinch movie was 4 hours long. 4 hours. Yeah, let's see what's the real cut that we have now. The movie is 1 hour and 45 minutes. And the original cut of the film was 4 hours. There is at least another 2 hours of deleted scenes that haven't ever been released to the public. And today we are going to go review over some of the proof that these scenes that do exist on some bonus features, documentaries, and stuff like that. I have searched around the web to get clips or pieces or pictures of proof of these deleted scenes. Let's start our countdown with number 1. There was an extended scene where Cindy Lou's brothers and his girlfriend are walking around the streets of Whoville, and in the sea of the footage right here, of like extra dialogue of them goofing around and whatever, and talking about, oh, let's go up the mountain and bug the Grinch or whatever. There's a little bit of extra dialogue here, not too exciting, but it's understandable. It was cut, but it would be nice if the opening of the movie seemed kind of rushed. We didn't really get to know Cindy's family very well. Like, it would be nice to kind of have a little bit more, because the brothers seem like a really funny characters, but they didn't seem to have a lot of screen time. Just a little bit more extra dialogue or a moment or two would be great for them. The next scene we are going to talk about is this extra extended scene with the mailroom. And it was supposed to be a scene with the mail walking in to the mailroom and asking Cindy's dad to, he hands over some mail, and he said some stuff about how you doing and how Merry Christmas, and can you get these letters delivered as soon as possible. And it was just kind of an extra scene in the movie, that just that extra scene for the mail, to get to know the mail character. But I sort of understand why it was left out, because the movie was already like an hour and 45 minutes. And then they wanted it to kind of, it's sort of slowing down the pace of the movie. It's understandable. Alright, the next scene we're going to talk about is Cindy Lou Who talking with her mom and dad in her room. This scene, I think, was supposed to take place after, when she was done singing that song in the movie. It was just an extended scene where, to get to know the mom and dad. I think the mom was just telling Cindy, don't talk about the Grinch, and then her dad and mom were just telling her, just be yourself, don't bring up this Grinch stuff anymore, just drop it and go to bed. It was a kind of a simple scene, just trying to get to know the mom, and there was a little bit more dialogue for the mom in the movie, and a little bit more dialogue for the dad, but not much more than that. Next is we're going to talk about a scene with Grinch on top of the mountain. Um, this scene was supposed to take place maybe before or after him reading that book and saying, I hate you, and stuff. He hears the celebrations down in Whoville, and he takes his telescope and looks through
Who's
it,
around again?
and he says some stuff, and then he storms off into the cave. And yeah, it's a pretty simple scene. Very short scene, not long, but yeah. The next scene's okay. So the next scene is just a little extended scene of the Grinch landing on Cindy Lou's house roof. You can see here. Nothing exciting, but it's understandable it was cut. You can see the blue screen and stuff. Special effects and stuff were not even added to this, but it's not a big deal. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, so the next one is just some extended scenes of the Grinch stealing Christmas. There's a scene with the Grinch loading up bags and stuff onto his sled, and then saying some stuff to the camera, and then doing what Jim Carrey does, smiles and does goofy stuff and off camera or whatever. There's some other extra other scenes like him sneaking around Whoville and stuff like that. Just some extra footage and stuff of Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. The next scene is a scene that I sort of wish that was kept in the film of Jim Carrey looking at the small who's in Whoville, the small little people, but visiting one of their homes and trying to figure out how to steal their presents. It looks like it would have been a great scene, trying to figure out how the Grinch would steal little tiny presents and stuff. But I don't know if any of the special effects or whatever in this scene was ever finalized. But this scene looks really cool. I sort of wish they added it to the film. But another thing I was going to talk about is, I think during the scene where the Grinch is stealing Christmas and stuff, I think there was going to be, you know how in the cartoon they do "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," while he's making his costume and stuff. But they do another part of, later on in the cartoon, they do an uprise of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," showing him stealing Christmas. It looks like in this clip here, is Jim Carrey is singing a bit of "The Mean One, Mr. Grinch" at the end where the sled is taking off. And I think it was supposed to, the scene was supposed to take place. I think it was going to be an uprise of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and showing him stealing Christmas and presents and stuff. I think it was just going to be more kind of an uprise like the cartoon. But that never did happen. You just hear the music and seeing some stuff of Jim Carrey stealing some Christmas. But he never did sing the uprise of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." Kind of sad. And here's one more little scene that, just for the heck of it, is a scene where he's turning off the lights at the Christmas tree, and it looks like he's supposed to have some dialogue at that scene. He says something to the camera or whatever, and then hops onto the sled. Yeah, that's really all the lost scenes that I know of right now. But if there's, I know there is more deleted scenes out there, but I have no images or footage or videos of the scenes. Hopefully for the 25th anniversary or the 30th, Ron Howard can release some of these lost scenes that we want more Jim Carrey in the movie. Jim Carrey's such a great actor. It's hard to see some of these beautiful scenes cut on the cutting room floor and never see the light of day. It's really sad. Jim Carrey performance as the Grinch was amazing, and I want to see more. Do you guys want to see more Jim Carrey? Comment below. And my Merry Christmas. I'll be uploading more videos very soon. Just stay tuned, and see you next time.